Hello, this is Adam with DreamMade Productions. This video is made possible by the very kind donations of viewers like you. Thank you. If you are in a position to help this channel improve quality and grow, please visit my Patreon page at www.patreon.com/DreamMadeProductions, linked below.
It is the 31st century, and mankind is once again at war. The battlefields of the future are dominated by huge robotic war machines known as battlemechs.
Hello. With the overwhelming success of the BattleTech Mercenaries Kickstarter, and all the new minis that have been announced, I thought it would be fun to look over the minis I have with me here to film. Like a number of people, I keep my minis in these cheap but effective tackle trays. As I've mentioned several times on my channel, I have several more trays along with what box sets and books I have left still in storage. The good news is some I now know exactly where they are, safe and sound in a closet. Sadly, others are still MIA. While we wait on all the goodies from Catalyst's latest Kickstarter, please join me as I give you a little tour of my BattleTech toys and my unscripted thoughts on them.
Hello! So I had thought that my boxes videos were over. I'd gone through all my mechs, but thanks to a channel fan, I now have some new stuff to show you. 2 more boxes. I met up with a fan of the channel. We played a quick game. He introduced me to some custom BattleTech rules that he made, which were actually pretty good. It was a fun time. I reached out to him to see how he would like to be credited for all this. Haven't heard back from him by the time of this video. If he does get back to me, I'll put whatever information that he wants released in the description below or in a comment. So let's take a look at these boxes and see what he was nice enough to donate to the channel. First up, we have a Warhammer. These are all 3D printed, and I think they're based on the MechWarrior Online models. Pretty good detail here. I can say 3D printing has come a long way. The first 3D printer that I ever played around with was an old XYZ DaVinci 1. And it could not do anything near like this. It struggled with even like simple hex spaces. So these are resin. I don't remember what printer he said he printed these on, but they're all quite good. The Warhammer there. Next up, we have a Jenner. He was quite handy with the way he did this. He used tags off of clothes to give it the antenna and the little satellite dish here. I never thought to do that. That's actually ingenious because they're soft enough to flex around, but look good as antenna or little dishes. So if I ever get back to painting and doing stuff with models, I'll take that and use it myself. Very nice. He commented that he actually likes this Jenner over the other Jenners. I can see why, but I just personally have a love of the old Jenner. It was the very first mech I ever saw with MechWarrior 1, and that retro futuristic look just draws me in. But this is another good model. Next up, got a wasp here. Honestly, I wouldn't know this was a wasp if he didn't tell me. It's very nice, just not the wasp that I'm used to. Still, a good mini and one that I would like to put down. Next up, got a thorn. I did not have one of these prior to this, so I will look forward to throwing the thorn down and trying it out. With as light as it is, if it's fighting other lights, that LRM5 can really start to hurt. So, looking forward to giving this thing a try. Got a trebuchet here. Good support mech. Looks really nice with that Mech Warrior video game, Mech Warrior Online, Battletech video game look to it. He did a great job with the bases on some of these. Next up, got an exterminator. I don't think I have ever played one of these, so looking forward to that. Anything new I'm going to look forward to throwing down on the table. Again, a surprising amount of detail. The new 3D printers just blow me away. It's just, I don't know if the camera is capturing it as well, but just all that technical detail in there, it's just surprising what they can do. Got a Valkyrie here. We'll go with my other Valkyries. Looks good. Again, got more of a blocky thing going on there. A little heavier with that LRM10, but still good fire support mech for a medium brawler lance or something, so he can just kind of sit back in the back and shoot. Really good. Got a Hunchback, and he actually has this one on a metal base. Really did a good job with the moss look on there. It really does look like he's standing in a swamp. Just what can I say? The Hunchback is a beast. This thing is dangerous no matter what era you're in. Next up, we have a Talon. I can't say I had heard of this mech before he showed it to me. It's from 3058, I think. Much anything past 3055, you're starting to get out of where I have a lot of knowledge. Still, it is a good little miniature. Lots of good detail on it. And he did another antenna there with a plastic connector. Those. Such a good idea. Next up, another Valkyrie. And the little drop right there. It's really good. And I really got to get to painting my minis at some point. Just this simple paint job makes them look so much better. He did a great job with the faces. Got a big boy Highlander here. The workhorse. This thing is a nightmare with that boss rifle. Even the primitive AC-10 version's pretty good. Get a good pilot in this thing, even if you don't have that great of a gunner. You know, you've got that Highlander Barry. Got a grasshopper. New design. This will make my brother really happy. He is a big fan of the grasshopper. Now, there'll be several floating around. He'll have his, and I have more than one for me. Next up, we have a mech that I've been meaning to pick up for a while and just never had one. This is a bug. This is the Super Warhammer here. Less overall guns, but man, those two PPCs, two SRM6s, that is a mean combo. Open up the armor and then get all the crits with the SRMs. Next, we have an Orion. You can see there where he used the clothing tag again to make a little antenna. Orion's a good mech. This design actually, to me, brings back memories of MechWarrior 3. So, great mech, great little model, lots of detail on there. Again, a great job with the base. If I didn't know this was, if I wasn't told this was 3D printed, I wouldn't know. Got another grasshopper. Very good mech. Said it before, I slightly prefer the guillotine, but my brother slightly prefers the grasshopper, and we often find the two fighting each other, and they both do a good job. Hard to argue with their effectiveness. Next up is a big boy, a king crab. This thing brings back nightmares. A number of times I've gone up against a king crab and had either the AC-20s or dual Gauss rifles just tear me to pieces. This thing is a nightmare on the field. It is not my favorite heavy 100-tonner. That's still the Marauder 2, but this thing is a close second. It is just terrifying, and there is so much you can do with it. Next up, he was nice enough to give me a small little load of vehicles. So first up is this little hovercraft. I don't know if he told me what it was supposed to be. Looks like it could be any number of little hover tanks. I'll have to break out the TROs and kind of compare this and see if I can identify exactly which one it is. But again, he did a great job. The base looks like it's on some kind of swamp or wet ground, and it's just kind of floating there going. So got a full lance of these. Next, he gave me a lance of pikes. With my growing love for the AC-2, this is perfect. If you want to shoot down a helicopter, there are far worse ways you could go about it. These things are great just to throw back at the very back of the map, maybe with a babysitter of some kind, and just pink away. If you can get your Hunchback or another mech in that can make a nice big hole, and then have a couple of these just plink away at long range looking for some armor criticals, or, you know, even if you stack all four of them in one little area and you can get a nice view of the battlefield, you know, each one can go away with 3 AC-2s around. You know, you're shooting 12 a turn. Chances are that's at least a few of those are going to hit, and those 2s add up after a while. And of course, you know, there's always a chance of rolling a 2 or 12. So yeah, the pike's nothing to sneeze at. Model is very detailed. I don't know if the camera's capturing quite all of this, but you know, a lot of little technical bits on there. Again, if I wasn't told this was 3D printed, I wouldn't have known.
Next up, I have a Lance of Bulldogs. Very good tank, very good kind of all-around tank. Lots of detail on there, and something very neat. The turret can be removed, and it just kind of sits on there. It sits fairly snug. It can be taken off pretty easily, but it does let you turn the turret so that you can remember, it's facing, and make things look a little more realistic as you're playing. Bulldogs are just mean. And of course, Mech Warrior 3, they were one of the first enemies that you fought, so again, nice callback to my nostalgia. Next up, he did give me a full lance of my favorite tanks, the Manticore. Like the Bulldogs, they have their turret that can be removed. That way you can reposition it and turn it as you like. It is still fairly easy to have this thing come off, but still it's nice to be able to take them off and show that the turret was blown off, or remember which direction the turret is locked in, or something like that. Another great job with the base, all that rubble that the tank is sitting on. Gotta love the Manticore, man. It's just, all in all, the best general overall tank in my opinion. Up close, far away, it's always a threat. Good armor, decent speed for its size. Just pretty good at everything. Very useful. Next up, he gave me 2 missile carriers. Now, these are just bases. And what he did was actually kind of ingenious. See, this is just the base, and then he gave me 2 SRM tops, which just go on top there. And if you heard that click, it's because it's magnetized. He magnetized these. So these do not come off really easily. You can turn them, you can reposition them, and it just locks on there with the little magnet. You can reposition it, you can turn it, and it doesn't come off easy. You can bump it around some and it'll stay on there. So that magnet is a great idea. I've seen people kind of do this before. I've never done it, but it is really cool. So he gave me 2 toppers to have SRM carriers, and he gave me 2 toppers for LRM carriers. So now the LRM, it can be either or. So I can have 2 LRM carriers, 2 SRM carriers, or 1 of each. And again, he magnetized it so it stays on there better. Gotta love these carriers. An LRM carrier in the right spot can just cause havoc, especially if you've got narc or something. You've got these things shooting and you can't even respond. SRM carriers, I mean, just the amount of damage and rolls you're going to get to try to get, criticals, or just pepper the mech with explosions is just mean. It does slow the game down quite a bit, so I tend not to field them. But, if I've got the time, or we can figure out some better way than to make 8,000 freaking SRM rolls every turn, watch my SRM 6 video where I break that down. I will gladly put them down, but I do use them sparingly just because they sink so much time. Such a great model. It looks wonderful. Finally, he gave me a lance of these little trucks. They look sort of like MASH trucks or maybe mobile HQs, but they have these big guns on the top of them. He said that he made these himself. I think what he was saying was he took the truck and added the turret to it, or maybe he designed it all. I don't remember. But either way, these could be used for any number of things. You could have a mobile HQ with dual large lasers or something on there, or auto cannons or whatever. So always just nice to have more minis, especially vehicles to throw down. Beautiful, beautiful model with lots of detail on it. And again, he did a great job with the base, making it look like it's on ground tore up by shell craters. He also gave me a couple of D6s that he had. Always good to have more dice. Finally, he gave me some foam to carry all these goodies home in. I later put them in trays like I have my other mechs. I'll probably be taking this apart and putting them into the trays to help protect mechs, especially metal ones and ones that have paint. But foam is always useful, grateful to have it. So, if you want to send anything to the channel, just let me know. There'll be an address up soon. Since I'm moving, I might temporarily use my dad's house. Eventually, I will put down roots, and one of the things I'm really, really looking forward to is having dedicated space and more help to do these videos. So, got an extra little video here with some more goodies. Looking forward to the Mercenaries Kickstarter to add to the collection. Let me know below what you think of these models, if you would put them on your table. Let me know what you think of 3D printing your own models. Some people are very much against it since it doesn't support the hobby. Other people are perfectly fine with it. I'd be interested to know what you think. And as always, I hope you enjoy the battle reps that are to come. Hello, this is Adam with Dream Made Productions. Thank you for watching my content. It really means a lot that you have given me the chance to entertain you. If you would like to support the channel, please visit my Patreon at patreon.com/DreamMadeProductions, linked below. Also below is a link for PayPal, or links if you would like to send crypto, if that's more your thing. Please know any amount that you give will be cherished and used to upgrade equipment and improve the channel. You can also help the channel by subscribing, turning on notifications, liking, commenting, and sharing my channel with anyone you think might be interested. Thank you again for watching, and I hope you enjoy the battle reps that are to come.